Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. Please enjoy this video on the Political Voices Network.
Glenn, I know we talk about this all the time, and you have to feel it even more acutely as a lifelong prosecutor, but isn't it sad where we've come to? We all just know that justice will be gone in America if Donald Trump gets back in. Of course he'll fire Jack Smith. Of course he'll hire Aileen Cannon as Attorney General. I mean, it's just, it is depressing, isn't it? That we're all just sort of like, oh, well, yeah, rule, no more justice.
Yeah, it is, but we're about to come into the light in about 11 days after Kamala Harris wins in a landslide, and I believe she will. But here's the thing. Trump goes from Saturday Night Live to Saturday Night Massacre, right, saying, I will fire my attorney general. Well, my special prosecutor, excuse me. So he wants to be the prosecutor. He wants to be the judge. He wants to be the jury in his federal cases and just, make them all go away. And this is exactly what Richard Nixon tried in 1973. He ordered his attorney general, Elliot Richardson, to fire the special prosecutor, Archibald Cox. Said, I'm not going to do that, said Richardson, and he resigned. So he went to his number two deputy attorney general, Ruckelshaus, William Ruckelshaus. Yeah. He said, fire Archibald Cox. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. And he resigned. Then he found somebody willing to do his dirty bidding, Robert Bork, the number three guy at the time, the Solicitor General, and Cox got Bork. He got fired, which a court later ruled was unlawful. But here's the thing. If he appoints Aileen Cannon as his attorney general, she's already fired Jack Smith by dismissing the classified documents case and saying special counsel aren't constitutional. So she's ready, willing, and able to fire him if she becomes attorney general. This is the kind of stuff that gets laughed out of Hollywood script meetings because it's too evil.
Right. Well, and Glenn, am I wrong? Would that not be grounds to get her, assuming you are correct, and I believe you are, Kamala Harris will win, November 5th. Isn't that grounds to get her removed? Isn't this written down that she's the top of his list to be attorney general? Wouldn't that be grounds to get her removed?
Yes. ABC News reported the story that the transition team, the Trump transition team, has Aileen Cannon on the short list to be attorney general. So now she has every reason to curry favor with Donald Trump. And I do believe, Steph, once the 11th Circuit reverses her dismissal and sends the case back to the trial court, they may very well say, 3 strikes and you're out. Enough is enough. You're now on the AG list. Yeah. This case must be reassigned to a fair, independent, and impartial judge, not Aileen Cannon. I think Aileen Cannon's days are numbered as the judge presiding over the classified documents case.
Another thrill up my leg. We were just talking before the break, Glenn, about Elon Musk. There's some reporting that he said, if Trump loses, I'm effed. Like, I think all of these people know, like you and I are just talking about, the rule of law will be gone. Obviously all of Trump's enemies will be prosecuted. His friends will all be protected or pardoned or whatever. But we were talking about Elon Musk has been in regular contact with Putin. He regularly has communicated with Putin since 2022. Putin asked him not to activate his Starlink internet in Taiwan as a favor to President Xi. I mean, we know he is balls deep in election interference here in America for Trump. On behalf of Putin. It's all one story, isn't it? And I just have to say, sorry, I got off the Defending Merrick Garland train a while ago, but they sent a letter warning Elon Musk, and of course he went ahead and awarded two $1 million prizes to registered voters in Michigan and Wisconsin after being warned. I'm sorry, but I can understand not taking a warning from Merrick Garland seriously.
A stern warning not to interfere in our elections seems to fall short. How about filing some sort of a motion for a temporary injunction to put a stop to it immediately and then go right into court and litigate the issue? Because we all know what Musk is doing. He can call it whatever he wants. I'm just trying to encourage people to sign a First Amendment and Second Amendment petition. We know he's buying votes at its core. That's what that is designed to achieve. And we need a Department of Justice to stand up for the American people and for our free and fair elections by taking actions, not just, writing angry notes.
Well, Joyce Vance, our friend, had a silver lining. She said being warned you're engaging in criminal conduct makes it a lot easier for prosecutors to prove a defendant intended to do it if he continues after the warning, and it makes it a lot easier for a jury to convict if there is a prosecution. Yeah, but again, this all depends on the election, right?
Well, and not only that, it depends on, after the warning, a Department of Justice actually bringing criminal charges if he persists, and he has already persisted. So, if Elon Musk commits a crime in the forest and there's nobody there to prosecute it, he ain't going to stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one, we've been talking about, the Covey tweeted, says a lot about Republicans that less than 2 weeks before the election, they're filing lawsuits to disenfranchise voters instead of focusing on getting their voters to the polls. And again, as I keep saying, of course they're doing it again. And the fake electors and the this and the that, because they got away with it the last time. Sorry, They didn't prosecute, as you always say, down to the boots, right?
Steph, if you want more crime,
up to the suits. With the
if you decline to prosecute crime, expect more crime. And the feds, for whatever reason, have by and large declined to prosecute, as you say, anybody but the boots, the people who were told by Donald Trump to go attack the Capitol and they did. And it's like, whoops, they're being held accountable. But the whole command structure of the insurrection has not been held accountable. And that's why they're redoubling their efforts to try to steal the 2024 election. This is not rocket science.
Yeah.
This is just, good old law enforcement that is going undone.
Yeah, feeling like it's optional whether they certify the votes in their state. They're going to try that. They'll try everything.
Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. I hope you'll join me on my new audio podcast, Justice Matters. I'll be using my 30 years as a federal prosecutor and Army JAG to unpack, break down, and explain the legal issues of the day, particularly where the legal intersects with the political. Please look for Justice Matters with Glenn Kirschner wherever you generally get your podcasts.